Hello and welcome back. In this lesson, we will continue to learn expressions we can use to agree or disagree with people's opinions. As always, let's first listen to the model dialogue, and we will then go through all the expressions in detail. The two people are continuing their discussion about the new policy on working from home. Hey, I'm really glad the management reversed their decision. So am I. Someone in the management must have come to their senses. If they hadn't, there would have been an uproar. You're not wrong. Okay, the first sentence is similar to a sentence we learned earlier. And to express how we feel about something, we can say this. I'm really glad the management reversed their decision. I'm really glad the management reversed their decision. So after saying, I'm really glad, we can use a clause to say what we are really glad about. The speaker says that he is glad the management reversed their decision. We use the verb reverse to talk about changing something to how it was before, or to be the opposite of what it is now. So in this sentence, the speaker is glad the management changed their decision on the new policy, and things will be back to how it was before. The use of the word reverse to talk about changing something back to how it was is quite formal, so it's commonly used in formal settings such as at workplace. Here are a few more example sentences. I'm really glad the school reversed their decision. I'm really glad the courts reversed their decision. I'm really glad my manager reversed her decision. Okay, so let's now do a speaking practice of these sentences. I'm really glad the management reversed their decision. I'm really glad the school reversed their decision. I'm really glad the courts reversed their decision. I'm really glad my manager reversed her decision. That was great. Well done. Now, in the previous lesson, we learned a simple expression we can use to agree with someone's opinion when they use a negative statement. Now, here's how we can agree to someone's positive statement. So am I. So am I. Similar to the patterns we followed for neither can I, depending on the main verb, the modal verb, or the helping verb in the other person's statement, we change the verb in our response. Just before, the other person said, I'm glad. And because the other person used the verb to be, we also use the verb to be and say, so am I. So to agree with someone's positive statement, the structure is so plus verb and I. Here are a few more example sentences. So do I. So can I. So have I. Okay, so let's now do a speaking practice of these sentences. So am I. So do I. So can I. So have I. That was great. Well done. Next, to say how or why the management decided to reverse their decision, the speaker said this. Someone in the management must have come to their senses. Someone in the management must have come to their senses. First, we have already learned this structure must have plus PP. And we use this structure to talk about things we believe to be true in the past. And what the speaker believes to be true is that someone in the management came to their senses. We use the expression come to your senses to talk about someone starting to use good judgment. So the speaker is saying that before, the management used bad judgment in deciding on the policy, but now the management has used good judgment to reverse their decision. Let's do a speaking practice of this sentence. Someone in the management must have come to their senses. Someone in the management must have come to their senses. Great job, well done. Next, the speaker said this to talk about what might have happened if the management didn't reverse their decision. If they hadn't, there would have been an uproar. If they hadn't, there would have been an uproar. Now, this is what we call a third conditional statement. We first have the if clause that uses a past perfect tense, and the main clause uses the present perfect tense using would have plus PP. And we use the third conditional to talk about past situations that didn't happen. Remember that what really happened is that the management reversed their decision, which seems like a good thing for the employees. But the speaker is talking about a situation where the management hadn't reversed their decision. So he is talking about an imagined situation in the past. And in this imagined situation, the speaker says that there would have been an uproar. The word uproar refers to a situation where a lot of people complain about something very angrily. So the speaker is saying that if the decision was not reversed, everyone in the company would have complained quite angrily. Okay, so let's now do a speaking practice of this sentence. If they hadn't, there would have been an uproar. If they hadn't, there would have been an uproar. Great job, well done. Finally, here's an interesting expression we can use to agree with the other person. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. This is a very simple expression, and when we say that the other person is not wrong, we are basically saying that the other person is right. So this is a way to agree with what the other person has said. The use of you're not wrong is somewhat informal. So if you are using this expression at workplace, you should only use this expression with someone you are familiar with. Let's go straight into a speaking practice. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Excellent job, well done. Let's listen to the whole conversation again. Hey, I'm really glad the management reversed their decision. So am I. Someone in the management must have come to their senses. If they hadn't, there would have been an uproar. You're not wrong. Okay, so it's time to do a speaking practice of this dialogue. As always, we will do 2 speaking practices, and all the lines will be on the screen. So when it's your turn, please read the lines and participate in the dialogue. Let's begin. Hey, I'm really glad the management reversed their decision. If they hadn't, there would have been an uproar. So am I. Someone in the management must have come to their senses. You're not wrong. Fantastic job today. Well done. Okay, so in this lesson, we learned useful expressions we can use to talk about our opinions and to agree with the other person's opinion. The next lesson is the speaking drill lesson, and I will see you soon again in another lesson. Bye bye.